What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Iceman YouTube video. Hope you guys are doing good. Hopefully you guys are getting it in today. Check off all those boxes, and we're getting 1% better every day. And kind of wanted to go over kind of what the title of the video is on how to be a good big back. I've been getting a lot of questions recently about how I've gone about going through my bulking phase, and it's been pretty good so far, honestly. I think because last time I did my bulking phase, I was way off track, and I've done a really good job this time on staying lean and staying tight throughout this, out this off-season period. I'm taking it very seriously, as I want to get my pro card next year and kind of act and look like a pro year round. And I think I've done an okay, decent job at it so far. Definitely want to get leaner and harder throughout this period of time. So let everything I'm doing just kind of marinate and be consistent with everything. But I've been getting a lot of questions on how I've been going about it and doing it. Like, people have taken a little bit of interest and notice on like I was 187 on stage, and now I'm over 210 pounds. Like, I think I woke up this morning at 211.2, which isn't crazy over 210, but 211.2, and being somewhat decently, I'm not somewhat decently lean, is pretty crazy. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a ton of work to be this big and this lean. Like, I didn't realize how much went into it last time, because last time I just I mean, legit, I had like 4 weeks of just eating whatever the fuck I wanted. And when I mean whatever the fuck I wanted, I mean, like, I made an entire thing of fruit dip just out of cream cheese and like what else did I put in? I put in syrup, like pancake syrup, cream cheese, a little bit of strawberries, and like bananas. And I was just eating fruit dip for like a week. And then I was also having crumble. I was also going out to McDonald's. Like, my McDonald's order was 4 double quarter pounders, and I was pounding those motherfuckers probably like every other day. And I went from 177 like to all the way up to 245, 250, I think, my last bulk. And it was the worst 250 you've ever seen in your entire life. But now I'm 211, pretty lean. I'd like to see what my body fat percentage is at. I wish I had a number for you. I don't have one, but you can kind of see by the video today. Like, that's kind of like the most recent physique update is the video that you're about to see after I'm done yapping to you and telling you how to get big. But yeah, it's been going good, and I want to kind of give you the little bit of secrets of what I've gotten into and how I've done a good job of bulking. And the first thing is making sure that you have, it's always good to have that second opinion. That's why I have a coach. That's why it helps to somebody run my numbers and then get a second opinion off, because I'm not doing it all myself. It's it's mostly him, and then him helping me out. But it's also a little bit of me too, because I have to figure out, I know my own body. He's still figuring out my body, so we're both working together, and it's been going very well so far, and I'm very happy with the outcome. I mean, with the outcome right now, because it's been going good. And the main thing I kind of wanted to talk about is just how important this diet is leading up into it. So we started at a point where I was slowly gaining weight, and we're not too far off from where we started, because I've been gaining weight really nice. Like, because I'm not even above 3,200 calories, I don't think. Like, that's where I'm sitting at. Like, I'm not eating a ton of food, and that's what kind of people think that you have to do, is eat a shit ton. Like, yeah, you have to eat a lot, but you also have to be able to make sure that you're digesting that food and taking it in and actually growing and building muscle, rather than just slabbing on fat. And it's easier to tell when you're putting on muscle when you're leaner. So doing this lean bulk is super important, because we can kind of tell where the mass is being added, because we can see it, we can notice it, versus when you're just super chubby, you're just big all the way around, and you're not really telling if you're putting on mass or if you're putting on fat. But so it's super important to find where that where you kind of find that calorie surplus is, because I don't burn through food all that much. Like me, like I'm just at like 400 grams of carbs, but I don't burn through food like some of you motherfuckers. Some of you guys can just eat and have like 700, 800 carb days. Like, that's just not me. Like, I'm gonna put on fat. I'm gonna look I'm gonna look bad. I'm not gonna look the best. So find that spot where you're slowly gaining weight, and then once you plateau, bump it up a little bit. Don't go crazy. Don't lose lines. Don't bullshit. It's as simple as that. And don't go crazy with the cheat meals. Like, also check in. Like, make sure not maybe not with your coach every day, but like, because that can be too much on the off season. Like, that's maybe a little overkill. But even with yourself, like, step on the scale every day, see how much you're weighing, and then go from there. I like to go from Sunday to Sunday. Like, each week, like, if you stayed that same weight, you've plateaued, up the carbs a little bit, up the protein, keep the fat decently low. Don't go crazy. And then also limit the cheat meals to like 2 to 3 times a month. Not a week, a month. So you don't want to be overdoing it and overspilling all the time. And the same thing for like if you're not even trying to bodybuild, like just limit yourself to once a week. Don't go crazy with cheat meals. Stick to your diet plan and just be consistent. Don't overdo any of that stuff. Like if you see you plateaued, don't fucking increase everything and say, oh, time to jump up everything by 1,000 calories. No, slowly work your way up and do it by grams of carbs. Like, give yourself 50 grams of carbs pre or post workout meal, or 50 grams of carbs. I'd probably put them at the beginning of the day. You don't want to have them so much at night. So probably when you're going to be burning the most is when I'd put them, and then leave all your other stuff at night. Like, you don't want to have a ton of carbs left over at night. Like, you don't want to be slamming another 200 grams of carbs for no reason at night and then letting that marinate overnight. You're not going to wake up feeling the best, especially sleeping on that. You're not going to look and feel the greatest in the morning. Like I said previously, like, that digestion is super, super important. So if you're not digesting that food, it's being wasted. All that food's being wasted at that point, and you're not going to be able to, be as optimal and put on as much mass as you want to, because you're going to be wasting that food that you've been using. So for me, I'm having my last meal of the day, it doesn't have any carbs in it. So making sure that I'm eating, like, what I'm trying to get at here is having my meals kind of timed out throughout the day is also super important, is kind of planning and timing out which meal I'm going to eat when. I think that's a huge detail as well. So like I said, that's why I have most of my carbs pre-workout, and then that one big meal of carbs post, just because we've worked out, we've broken down that muscle, and now it's time to replenish it. So that's where that is. But then the last 2 meals, probably not going to have the same amount of carbs that I've had, or any. And versus my training days and my rest days, my carbs are now only at 200 on my rest days, and then 450 on my training days. So like I said, taking that step back when I don't need as many carbs to burn, taking that off my meal plan and chilling. So that if you're not gonna use the carbs, don't eat as much. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Like I said, if you're not gonna burn as much, you don't need as much to put on size. So people kind of go crazy, like on their rest days, they're still consuming so much, but you're not using it, you're not putting it to good use, and now you're just putting on fat, and now you're just looking watery, and that's not what we want to do. So you're still going to put on weight if you're in a calorie surplus. Like, that's the thing, you're going to lose weight if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to gain weight when you're in a calorie surplus. So if you just sit your ass down and rest, and on your rest days, and take that time, and still eat clean, you'll put on nice, decent muscle mass, not overspill, not be bad. But that doesn't mean sit down, don't eat anything all day, and then crush a 3,000 calorie meal at McDonald's. That's not what we want to do. That's going to ruin everything. But take that from me. I've done that. I've personally done that, and it looks terrible. But those are just a couple little things that I've noticed. And the last thing I'll leave you with here is taking your rest days super, super seriously. Like, yes, get your like little cardio and whatever you need to do, get that done, but then sit your butt down and rest and get that well-deserved kind of relaxation in, because when your body is stressed out, it's not going to grow as easy as when it's relaxed and ready to grow. You don't want to constantly hound, because your body's just not going to react well. Especially for me, like, I've noticed that when I'm finally laying down and chilling out, the next day I'm very ready to go and ready to kick ass, versus when I've just been lifting 6 days straight in a week. I'm not going to grow as much. I'm not going to see as much growth, or I'm not going to be as able to push as much either on those training days, because I'm constantly freaking going at it, and your body can only take so much. We're only human so much. So, you know, definitely the anabolics help a little bit with the recovery, but it's good to sit down and let everything marinate and take its time and let things run their course. I've definitely noticed a huge difference when I take back-to-back rest days. I hate it. I want to do everything but that. But when I sit down and actually take rest days back-to-back, or take my rest days seriously, I notice a big difference the next day when I'm training, and how I get back and how I attack that day the next day. So, but appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to me yap. I just want to get you to this lift because it was a fantastic lift. Little physique update too. We're at 210 pounds, lean. So hope you guys enjoyed, and let's continue to be good big backs. Not bad big backs. Let's be good big backs, baby.